Today I want to talk about the single most important part of competitive Fortnite, piece control. Piece control has been the staple of competitive Fortnite for quite some time now and is only becoming more and more important. In this video, I'm going to help you truly understand the concept of piece control by giving you 3 ways that you can significantly improve your piece control. Make sure you stay to the end because the last one is an exercise that you need to be doing. This exercise alone has helped me see the most significant improvement in my piece control. To get a full understanding, we need to first establish what piece control is and how you can use it. Piece control is the use of builds to claim and take control of open spaces on the building grid. This is something that you already know. You're simply taking control of building pieces. Now that you know what piece control is, let's talk about how it can be used properly. Piece control can be used in 2 main ways. The first being defensively. You can use piece control to place builds in the middle of a fight to block shots and build cover. The second way to use piece control is offensively. You can place pieces to cut an enemy's movement off and stop them dead in their tracks, or use pieces to create an opening to dish out damage. Offensive piece control also allows you to make sure the enemy cannot use pieces for their own defense. You're essentially canceling or cutting off any options that the enemy may have had. Think about it. How can they build to protect themselves if you already own the pieces? Now that you know what piece control is and how it can be used, let's talk about how you can improve your piece control. I'm going to give 3 main ways to improve your piece control. Stay to the end because this is the last trick and I think it's the most important. The first way to improve your piece control is pretty obvious, but it's piece control maps in creative. Everybody knows Raider's piece control maps, but if you don't, Raider has created piece control maps that provide perfect practice for all the common scenarios you run into in game. These maps are so popular and for good reason. These maps are so beneficial that Raider has now created piece control map V1, V2, and V3. The codes will be in the description below. Again, run these once a day and your piece control will improve. I know you already know this, but it has to be said. It is the most simple and basic way to improve your piece control. The second way to improve your piece control is something that some of you guys might not be doing, and I encourage you to give it a try. The second way to improve your piece control is to free build in creative. What I recommend doing is run Raiders courses, then recreate the build sequences from Raiders courses in creative. I don't mean literally hop in and recreate the course. I mean free build, but as you free build, practice the scenarios from Raiders courses. I find this exercise really helps me solidify the piece control scenarios, and it helps make them more of a second nature rather than something I have to be consciously thinking of. I equate this to writing with a physical pen and paper. People always say writing with physical pen and paper helps you retain ideas better than if you were to type with a keyboard. Practicing piece control is the same. Doing it while free building helps me personally retain the patterns more than the courses alone, and I would be willing to bet it's the same for you. Give it a go and let me know how it turns out in the comments below. Now for the last and most important way to improve piece control, it's actually surprisingly simple. I want you to prioritize pieces over everything. Now I know that sounds obvious, but here's what I want you to do. I want you to do this exercise to test yourself. Over the next few times that you play, watch yourself while you fight. Odds are you'll realize that there's times where you're going for shots instead of pieces, where if you went for pieces, you would have won the fight. Leaving yourself open and going for a shot can sometimes be beneficial. However, nowadays players are so good that using piece control and taking control of the fight allows you to come out on top. Once you do this exercise of watching yourself in the moment, start proactively making an effort to piece control before looking for shots. I don't even want you to attempt to shoot the enemy until you have some sort of piece control on them. Over the last few weeks, I've been running this exercise over and over and proactively prioritizing pieces before shots, and I've seen a significant improvement in my piece control. Prioritizing pieces lets you take control of more fights and come out on top. I can't stress this enough. If you want to see the fastest improvement, practice this approach to fighting in realistic 1v1s. This will allow for the most efficient practice. Once you're comfortable, bring it into arenas and tournaments. Go for AR shots as normal at long ranges. However, when you're close to enemies, don't even attempt to hit a shot until you have established piece control on your enemy. This fundamental way of thinking and approaching fights in-game will significantly improve your piece control. It sounds so simple, but I am willing to bet most of you out there are not prioritizing pieces like you should. Predicting enemies and doing things like pre-boxing requires you to prioritize pieces over shots on your opponent. You cannot simply predict an opponent with pre-boxes without going for the pieces first. The same goes with cutting an enemy off with something like a wall or a cone. Getting this practice of making pieces the #1 priority, your default way of playing or your default play style, will make it that much easier to start pre-piecing or pre-boxing enemies. I've heard many others say it, Fortnite is more like playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. Positioning, aiming, and shooting all matters, but establishing piece control can allow you to take your enemy by surprise and absolutely dominate the competition. If piece control is your playstyle, you will dominate competitive Fortnite. Guys, that is going to wrap it up for this video. I really hope this little trick helps you. Again, prioritize pieces over everything. Don't even worry about shooting your enemies until you have some sort of piece control on them. A wall, a ramp, a cone, something to put the fight in your favor. If you want to see more discussions and little tricks and tips like this, let me know down in the comments below, or just simply hit the like button so that way I know you enjoyed it, but it'll also help the channel grow and allow me to keep doing these videos. My name is Clay, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.